Hello, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Well, it happened last night. Joe Biden finally formally addressed the public in a 23-minute speech, and we're going to talk all about that in just a minute. But first, a lot of people were really anticipating this. Joe Biden has been in the office as of yesterday for 50 days. He has yet to formally address the public, has yet to take questions, and a lot of people were anticipating his speech because of this, and because one of the things he mentioned a lot during his campaign, one of the things his administration tries to promote a lot is transparency. We want to be completely transparent. Transparency, transparency, transparency. Ironically, we haven't seen much of Biden since he's been in office, and usually when he is in public, he'll say a few things, and it typically ends somehow like this.
Thank you. And I'm happy to take questions if that's what I'm supposed to do, Nance, whatever you want me to do.
Press, let's go, you guys. Come on, press. We're gonna move out. Let's go, press. You guys, let's go. Come on, press. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
This is the order, sir.
Let's go, you guys. Come on. Come on, let's go.
Thank you, guys.
So that is how it's been going, while at the same time we're being told that this is a transparent presidency. It's so transparent. So what I'm guessing is that this is the new transparency, because we're having the new normal. So I guess this is the new transparency. And even last night, he did not take any questions. He spoke again for 23 minutes. I will show you a clip of it, and then we'll talk about what he said, some of his criticisms. So let's watch a part of this historic presidential address. And mind you, this was also on the year anniversary. You guys, it's the year anniversary since our original 2 weeks to slow the spread. I remember that day very clearly. I went home thinking, wow, it'll be, this is really scary, but okay, I'll stay home for 2 weeks. It'll be I'll read some books, not go anywhere. It'll be make the most of it. And here we are. So this is some of Biden's speech from last night.
But I need you, the American people. I need you. I need every American to do their part. And that's not hyperbole. I need you. I need you to get vaccinated when it's your turn and when you can find an opportunity. And to help your family, your friends, your neighbors get vaccinated as well. Because here's the point. If we do all this, if we do our part, if we do this together, by July the 4th, there's a good chance you, your families and friends will be able to get together in your backyard or in your neighborhood and have a cookout and a barbecue and celebrate Independence Day. That doesn't mean large events with lots of people together, but it does mean small groups will be able to get together.
So that was basically the gist of the whole 23-minute speech. He also said that he wants to have a vaccine available, and they are on track to have a vaccine available for every adult in America by May 1st. He's not saying it's mandatory, but he's saying it will be available. They made a case for people getting the vaccine. He was telling people it's safe to get the vaccine, So that was a big thing. And he said, was it the first 100 days in office? He wants 100 million people to get the vaccine, which I believe it's like 92 million people around now, 93 million people have the vaccine. So according to him and his numbers, he's actually on track. Where he's getting a lot of criticism is, and in this entire speech, he did not give the Trump administration any credit for Operation Warp Speed and for having the vaccine available by the time he goes into office. So, they rush to get all this done. It's all available, and then Biden gets to kind of come in and do the easy part, and then sort of take credit, which is probably what he's going to do. Things are going to start probably opening back up. People are going to start getting, or they are getting vaccinated, and Biden is going to look like the one that swooped in and saved the day, even though he was basically set up and teed up by the Trump administration with Operation Warp Speed. And we also know the ones with the strictest shutdown orders are Democratic states. So that was one part of it. And the interesting thing about this criticism of, Biden, who again is all about unity and all about transparency, yet, he could have done the simplest little thing in this speech and just given a little bit of credit to the Trump administration. And I think that would have been a really smart move, a really unifying move. But he did not do that. And he even got criticism from one of his advisors. One of his advisors actually said that they really need to tip their hat off to the Trump administration. ABC was critical of the Biden administration for not giving Trump credit for Operation Warp Speed. Even the New York Times, who is super lefty, has also criticized Biden for not giving Trump credit where credit is due. And like I said, it's the simplest little thing that he could say. No one's going to think less. It would actually, I think, make his administration look a lot more mature and a lot more unifying if they would just give a little bit of credit. But that's not what they're going to do. Very unifying. Very, very unifying, if you ask me. But let's get into also the meat of what he was saying. And it was basically, you heard him. So he's saying that possibly, you guys, if you do everything that you're supposed to do, we are on track for being open, okay? But if you mess up, we will turn this car around and go home. That's basically what he was saying. He was saying that if you do everything you're supposed to by July 4th, you're going to be able to have a small gathering at your house. Not a large gathering, but a small gathering with maybe just a few households. You can have that if you do everything you're supposed to do. If you don't, if you mess up, if you don't mind your betters, if you don't do what we tell you to do, then again, we will turn this car around and we will put restrictions back in place. So that's basically what the speech was last night. Remember when Biden said that there were no vaccines when he came into office, and then he forgot that he took one a few weeks before? Remember that? Well, I think my favorite quote from last night from the speech of Biden was, "After long dark years, one whole year, there is hope and light of better days ahead if you follow the rules." But I will say there is good news. He didn't forget where he was. He did not fall asleep. He got all of his words out. He pronounced all of them. He didn't forget who the people around him were. So I don't know, you guys. I think I'm pretty hopeful now. I have a lot of hope. And then just going back to the vaccine and some of the false claims that Biden made about it last night, I'm reading this from the Daily Wire, and this is the former Assistant Secretary for Health and what he had to say about the claims that Biden is making that there was no plan when he came into office. So this is former HHS Assistant Secretary for Health, Admiral Brett, I do not know how to say that last name, Garor. The federal official overseeing coronavirus testing efforts has repeatedly hit the Biden administration for its false claim that the Trump administration had left them starting from scratch with no plan to carry out vaccinations and failed to secure enough vaccine supply. Even left-wing publications, like I just said, the New York Times, ABC, a few other people, and fact checkers have debunked these claims. I'm so tired of continuing lies that POTUS inherited a COVID-19 vaccine mess when in fact 99% of current vaccine manufacturing and distribution is exactly as planned and explicitly described by the Trump administration's Operation Warp Speed. So that is what he said. Let me know what you think. Did you watch this speech last night? Oh, I have actually one more thing to show you. Let's do it right now. I took some screenshots last night, but let's look at the like to dislike ratio for the speech last night, because this is always fun. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay. So, where are we at? 633 likes, 8.8K dislikes, comments disabled. So that is the White House's YouTube page. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Have an awesome day. Bye.